Dear ladies and gentlemen, this week Nigeria was hit by another series of terrorist attacks. One was the detonation of a bomb during a football game which killed 40 people. Even though nobody claimed responsibility for the attacks, the Western media has declared the terror group Boko Haram responsible, which recently became known through the kidnapping of 200 girls. Yet how does a terror organization manage to surface practically overnight, which is capable of committing terror attacks in different parts of the country? Where do they have the weapons and know-how from? And, most important, who is going to benefit from the following destabilization of this West African state? Nigeria's journalist Etheling P. Reginald Mavangira has dealt with these questions and holds the CIA accountable to have established Boko Haram as part of a U.S. destabilization campaign. The reason for the destabilization, according to Mavangira, is Nigeria's increasing influence amongst the West African states, especially through ECOMOG, which is controlled by Nigeria. ECOMOG is a coalition of several African states for military support to be able to help each other in case of crisis or revolt to prevent civil wars. This growing influence of Nigeria, however, is not favored by the strategic interests of the USA. The USA has also been worrying about Russia's and China's increasing engagement in Nigeria, a country which is rich of raw materials. That's why the USA started to take counteraction. They did so in close cooperation with the US Embassy in Nigeria. Mavangira refers to documents from WikiLeaks which reveal that the US Embassy in Nigeria has been used for countless destabilizing actions, like, for example, the wiretapping and blackmailing of leading politicians, as well as the financing of rival groups. Boko Haram is one of these groups. Investigations by Mavangira have shown that this terror group has been educated in training and indoctrination camps for quite some time along the border to Chad, Niger, and Cameroon. Jobless Islamic young people were gathered in order to be trained there to be insurgents in the name of Allah. Only that way it has become possible to create an organization from uneducated, usual people which are now capable of building expensive bombs and of carrying out coordinated operations. The goal of this destabilizing campaign, according to Mavangira, is to divide the population of Nigeria in such a way that at the time of the next elections in 2015, they will be divided so badly that inevitably it has to come to an intervention, that is, a division which we've already experienced in Libya, Syria, and also in Ukraine. The forthcoming winner, once again, would be the USA, which could then contain the Chinese and Russian engagement in Nigeria and ensure their own access to the oil and further raw materials of the country. Dear viewers, one should really examine precisely about the real motives when countries like the USA or France suddenly engage as super saviors of those countries which are rich in raw materials. By all means, distribute counter voices like Mr. Mavangira's so people will know about the true backgrounds of the so-called fight against terrorism. Thank you very much for your attention. Goodbye.